Okay, so no earphones left behind video. Before we continue with that, that's the set. It's called the Voodoo. This is the Aston Kern SP2000T. It's actually quite expensive. It's got a tube in it. Controversially, a lot of people didn't like it. I think it's a really good DAP. I'm going to be doing DAP reviews again because I got a lot of good ones, and I got a lot of good ones coming in. I used to do DAP reviews before, so some people remember those days. I'm going to drill down and talk about these things because I'm back into using them. This will be the only one that I give away to someone who comments below this video. Is a subscriber I can confirm, and if you like the video, you can thumb it up. Future DAPs, not IAMs, I'll keep doing that type of giveaway, but the DAPs are going to be animal charity. I'm going to give those at a good price to a buyer that accepts that price and ask them to pay an animal charity, like the person that got the Elysian X. They paid $1,000 to one charity, $1,000 to another charity, and they got the Elysian X with the cable that comes with the Liquid Lynx Venom. So everybody wins in that. I'm a big animal lover. Now, before I continue, I want to give a disclosure. No Earphone Left Behind is a series that's dedicated to sets that I missed originally because of timing, because multiple things were going on, because life, or it's simply not my thing, and it's questionable whether there's any value of me adding my opinion to the mix. That's what this series is for. And in the future, I'm going to give disclosures. I usually don't because you think what you want. Ask questions if you're not sure. But this company, let me disclose, I did a collaboration with Tangzu, and it turned out pretty good. Cable issues a little bit at the beginning, but overall, I think they did a good job with it. Communication was smooth. What I wanted is what was delivered to the customer. Whether they like that is up to them, but they did their job. The representative, Steve, nice guy. Communicate with him fairly often on the internet. Nice guy, one of the better reps. There was talk and is talk of potentially a future collaboration, so there's that. So there's the full disclosure that's in front of you. Now I'll give my opinion. Also, I want to talk about something else. I'll get to that later. I think this is the epitome of sixes. If 5 is the average, mediocre, and anything below that is unacceptable, this is sixes. This is just above the bass, the mids, the treble, the resolution. It's all just above average, but it's at a price where stuff that's $20 or $30 or $40 already does this. I want to look at the frequency graph. There is nothing. We talked about this in the previous video and a video before that. The value of graphs is great to an extent, but they're so limited. This is an example of a graph that actually, it's got good sub bass. It's got mid bass that's a little bit lifted as it goes into the mids. It's got slightly forward, but I actually kind of like, you guys know I like Low Pina because of my library. There's nothing wrong with this. 4K peak. So de-emphasize after that. It rolls off a little bit early, but there's other sets that I've liked in the past that follow this. That's not the problem, and if I just looked at the graph, I think that's a legit competitor in its price range. There's nothing wrong with that. The problem is that in music playback, this has I talk about resolution, so let me clarify that for people that are, let me go ahead and put some music up. I'm listening to Tupac right now. Resolution, what is that? What is technicalities? For me, it is the ability to pick up subtle nuances within music that you didn't know were there, or you know is there, but you forget because only certain gear puts it forward, not because of some boost in the frequency range, but because it's a good transducer or a collection of good transducers that make that finger slide on the fretboard sound, particularly the pick on the string, the pedal push, the breath into the mic, the little things that you just think, wow, this is a nice set. It jumps out at you. It's almost a subconscious trigger. You know it's there. You don't necessarily expect it to come out all the time, but when it does, it's notable. That's what technicalities are to me. The finger slide up the fretboard, all of those little nuances. This doesn't do that kind of stuff good. It's got a resolution overall type of performance that is very competitive to sets that are now in the $50, $40, $30, $20 range. But it's, I think, $89. It's a hybrid. It's not veiled. It's hard to describe. It doesn't have anything special. It doesn't hit particularly hard. It doesn't make vocals pop in a nice way. It doesn't get back those little subtle nuances that I would like to hear in music. If I heard this for $20, I think I would be much more impressed. I think I would be actually impressed at 20 bucks, but at $89 or $78 or something in that realm, I think that this is not really quite enough. And now you're thinking, oh, you got $5,000, you got all these expensive stuff and you're judging an $80, $70 set so hard. I pay $5,000 for earphones, or $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, because I'm supporting the hobby. It's supporting quality control. It's supporting research and development and getting to, if possible, another level in the hobby of audio playback. That's why I pay that much money. And while I'm talking about expensive sets, if I ever talk about an expensive set and you buy it because I do a money trees video, whether it's a fat frequency or a subtonic or anything that I praise, and you have a problem with customer service, you make sure you publicly comment below my video regarding that. I am not so close to people in this hobby that that is an issue for me. If you feel like you didn't get the service that you think you deserve, for Chi-Fi, I'm afraid I can't help you. If you're going to save money, you're gambling. That's the way it goes for those companies. But for the boutique companies where you spend a lot of money, if you feel like you're not getting the service back, tell me, and I'll bring it up in a video. And if I get denied access to a company, I'll just go around and get it anyway. That's been going on for years, and you guys don't even seem to realize that how I got to do maneuvers to get some kind of set. If I got to do that with a $5,000 or $3,000 set, I don't care. I'll still get it, and I'll still give my honest opinion and note any issues that the company's having. So don't ever get confused. So why do I pay a lot of money for sets? Because I'm supporting the hobby. That's why. And because it's how I enjoy the hobby. I like to have expensive sets. And if they sound, does an expensive set warrant its price? Does a Rolex watch that tells the same time as another watch that's 1/20th of its price? Absolutely 100% no. But it's my money. It's my life, and you're not my mother. I'm not your mother. Let's enjoy in the way that we want to. So I'm not going to get into value. So if I step on a $5,000 set or a $2,000 set or a $50 set, it's all the same to me. I buy them from $20 to $5,000. I don't care what the companies feel, from $20 to $5,000. I'll go around the corner and ask someone to get something for me from $20 to $5,000. I don't care. 0 F's given. Don't ever forget that. That was kind of a rant, wasn't it? What was that all about? The footage just doesn't make it. If it was $20, $35, it would. It doesn't at this price. The cable, actually speaking of subtonic, that's my Storm, and it's got a Breeze, that's what I call the company anyway, audio cable on it, which is a lot like that cable right there in its texture and the way that it handles. And this is really, really expensive. And it's even got Rosencrantz custom 2 pins that are hand matched. Wrap your mind around that for a second. Hand matched 2 pins with silver solder. And I bought it. And I'm proud too. Yay, my money, yo. So there you go. There that goes. And the DAP it's sitting on goes out to somebody. So you guys have a great weekend. I don't want to say sorry to Tangzu. Yes, I do. In my heart, I do, but I can't because I'm a reviewer. I wish this was better. Some people might get it and feel good about it and like it. It happens a lot. This is just my opinion. It's not something that I would say you should grab. I listen to other people who have libraries similar to yours. I think this would be best suited for hip-hop, EDM, trip-hop, stuff that is low-frequency centric, and you're really not a stickler for the mids and the details because it's not really going to be there, but it does kind of hit fairly decent. So I think that's almost 10 minutes of rambling and ranting and not positive stuff on a happy Friday. Happy. Don't forget to comment to get the Ask on Kern, and if you got money in your pockets but you want to get deals, eventually all of this stuff goes off my table. You work with me, animal charities, we make something happen. I do it all the time, actually. So